All righty, you guys. One of our favorite songs, of course, we heard this past week. It was this past weekend, right?
Right.
Or week.
This
We
week.
heard the passing of Richard Smallwood, one of the greatest anointed songwriters of all time. In fact, wasn't this song. I think it was. Um, what's the other song that he does that everybody
Praise.
sings? Yeah, Total Praise.
What I do.
Total Praise.
This is not our music.
Right,
This
it's
is
not our
Richard
music.
Smallwood music, but we are enjoying today with our guests.
And Praise is What I Do is William Murphy.
Okay.
But Total Praise
Total
is
Praise.
from Richard Smallwood. And he said he wrote that when he was going through life's challenges. And he just wrote this song and it just has taken off.
Out of his lowest point in life.
And now, look, it's one of the greatest gospel songs that everybody plays. And so, but welcome everybody. Today is Monday, January the 5th. And we're going to get our conversation going. And hopefully you had a good weekend. We spent our entire weekend, for the most part. We've been off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so last week was, well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
It was Thursday?
Thursday.
Man, we couldn't get it right because we kept thinking Thursday was Saturday and Saturday was Sunday and Sunday was
Whatever.
Day, another Sunday.
Yeah, so, but we watched a lot of football. After we came back from a great trip, we had a staycation that you guys we posted on. We had Monday Night Football, stayed at the hotel across from the stadium.
Well, we just talked about Monday because we didn't say anything since then, but we stayed to Wednesday.
Yeah, and so we stayed to Wednesday, and then there was New Year's. We went to church. Went to we don't call it watch night service, but we had watch night service. Then we Happy New Year, everybody. Then there was just football all day Friday.
Yeah.
Football. Now one of our teams, Georgia Bulldogs, didn't win. Alabama didn't win. Surprising.
Right.
But I'm rooting for Ole Miss.
Yeah, we had a good season. The Bulldogs had a good season, had a good run. Of course, I'm disappointed they didn't win at all. But I'm happy where they be at next year.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming up.
Yeah, and then we went to. I'm gonna skip because we went from Saturday. I did breakfast with a business partner of mine, and then we went to go see Trey and Pat. Right.
This is my brother and sister.
Right, and so on Sunday we went back to the game, and Falcons played the Saints, and then y'all they done fired. They won again, but they fired the coach and the general manager. Now, Fuller said he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was coming since they had started winning the last few games, but they've been missed out on every playoff.
But see,
exactly.
Arthur Blank was smart about not firing him because if he'd have fired him in the middle of the season, then what? They're going to win a few games and lose a few. And then you hire someone to take his place, but then you're looking for somebody else to hire permanent. So you named a temporary coach. So why not just ride it out the rest of the year? You missed the playoffs anyway.
They could have just fired him when they were they lost them few games.
Then who they gonna hire?
Oh, you talking about not firing him in the middle of the season?
Who they gonna hire for the next year at the mid season?
Okay, yeah. Well, so they got rid of Raheem.
Rightfully so. I mean, I'm a fan of his, but he had some to work with and lost too many close games. Coaches win close games.
Yeah,
that's good coaching. When it boils down to that, the talent is about equal, and it didn't make any sense for them to beat the Buffaloes and the team, Los Angeles Rams, who is one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
you beat them, but then you lose to teams that 0 and 20.
Yeah, yeah.
So
look, welcome you guys. I see you coming in. We're gonna get right to it today. We're not gonna call no names.
Yvonne, Pittsburgh won. We were glad last night. We were pulling for Pittsburgh.
I text Yvonne home.
Did you see that mighty wind that blew in where the field goal will go crooked?
Oh my gosh! And then look at me here. I'm over here. Of course, I wanted Pittsburgh to win because I like the coach. And then so when they kicked the field goal and they missed it, I was like, oh my gosh. Then
you felt sorry.
I felt sorry for the guy because I was like, oh my gosh, if they end up the other team ends up getting the ball back, they got a chance. Who they play?
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, yeah. So if they get the ball back, then they're gonna have a chance to kick a field goal or a touchdown. What happens? They was almost there, and then the Ravens tried or attempted to kick a field goal, and they missed the field goal. I saw the young man, he did this. He was in tears, you guys. My heart goes out for people, for the underdog, right? Especially when they're not the reason. Let's say that. Right. He's not the reason why they would have lost.
It's one of the reasons.
It's one of the reasons, one of the big reasons.
Right. But you have to realize Pittsburgh kicker missed an extra point.
Yeah.
So that's the only way they would have won if you kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
They'd have won by one because he
but I'm talking about the other team. I'm talking about the other team. Now they lost.
But I'm saying Pittsburgh would have lost because that kicker missed the extra point.
Yeah.
So they'd have lost by a point.
Yeah. So you guys, my heart goes out to the underdog. So anyway, also before we get going really good, we want to say happy birthday to Doc Layton.
Yes.
Today is his birthday.
Somebody else's birthday was, and I forgot.
Look here, there was a whole bunch of people's birthday. That was like back to back. But specifically, we want to say, hey, Dr. Layton, happy birthday to you. We know you're young age, looking good. Yeah. And oh, look, you guys, this is one of Fuller's Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. I don't know which one. It's all the same day. But look, y'all see this pen? Fuller talks about how he loves pens. Did you remember what it's called?
Yes. Bed
Narek. Yes. This here is a nice pen.
Great weight on it.
It's great. I mean, it's heavy too. And so Fuller is a pen fanatic, not just any pen. This Mont Blanc. Name some other ones that you talked about.
Viscani.
Okay.
Monogrippa.
Okay.
Even Versace has a pen, as well as that's about it for us,
pens.
Pens, I like.
Yeah. So if you ever want to know about pens,
Waterman.
Yeah. Y'all, this pen is heavy and it's so very, very nice, but it's Bednarik. Okay, so let's get to what we're going to talk about today.
Our subject matter come from the football game yesterday. This young lady, and just to quote her, she said, people don't talk about Black love. And she said, oh my God, she said, it's so good to see somebody in love.
I don't know.
So
I don't know why.
She never said that before. That's the first time sitting in those seats. So I guess a lot of people sold their seats. And so she was sitting behind us, and go ahead.
Yeah, so let me correct Fuller. Because when we say people call it by color, we don't really mean Black love. We just say
quoting her.
Yeah,
I'm quoting
so
her.
We just
said, let me quote her.
Yeah. And so, but it's love.
Loving out loud.
Yeah, love it. So what we're calling this today is loving out loud. And the reason why we chose is because there was a lady, as Fuller mentioned, she was sitting behind us, and she apparently had been watching us since we got to the game. Well, she's not a regular season ticket holder. We know that because her face is not familiar, and she's never talked to us before. And so, but she was sitting behind us.
Her and her
girlfriend. And so by the time, she must have been watching us from the time we sat down, which was, I went and got some nachos at the concession stand, and on these nachos, they put the whatever little spew of cheese on top. Then this was brisket, and they had something else on top. And I was like, Fuller's always talking about he don't really like brisket a lot. And so as I was eating, I was like, oh, it's okay. So I started pushing the stuff aside, and then Fuller didn't get anything. But I said, baby, you want some of the chips, some of the dry chips? So he would be eating the chips. I think I must have given him one, or maybe fed him one, and then I got a Coke Zero. I know it's not that great for you, but normally I don't even get anything to drink at the game, and so got a Coke Zero. Fuller, whenever I'm drinking anything, if it's cold, and there's a straw, Fuller's going to open up my straw for me. He's going to put it in the drink. So they're paying attention to the small things, and I know when I was looking for love, and I do mean looking. When I was looking for love, I was paying attention to the people that walked in the church, people that were out at the mall, and they were couples, whether they were holding hands, whether they were touching each other, or whether they walking this far apart or they walking close. I was paying attention to everything. And so they were paying attention to everything we did. We didn't even know it. And so every now and then when we were watching the game, I was turning, I didn't even think about this, babe, but I would turn my back and lean my back on Fuller, and I would be doing this. And then maybe Fuller was sitting there, and I was doing this, watching the game. We were enjoying the game, and so I was putting my arm around him. And then one time I put my arm around his cheek, I felt a little pimple that I wanted to get later on, and I was doing this. And so, just the touching. And what we realized
and
is
when
that
it wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary or special, we were just
we
being ourselves.
Yeah. And so, but she made a comment. So she said, she tapped us, as Fuller quoted. She says, "Thank you guys." Now she's doing high fives. We also high fiving each other. Sometimes when I go to the Falcons game, I don't feel like high fiving because them things right there, they be stressing me out. And so, but we high fiving each other, and she's high fiving with Fuller and the other lady as well. And then so, just in the middle of the game, she leans over or towards us, and she says, "Thank you guys for displaying what Black love looks like." Displaying, and of course we knew what she meant,
right?
But displaying what love looks like for the person that's looking for love, so that they know what love is supposed to look like. It's supposed to, and look, our love is different than when the Jeffersons were on, because they always talk. They said they talk to people and ask people. People ask them all the time, "What about their love and how much they look like they are happy with each other?
Right.
They laugh with each other, and they touch one another." And so, I'm always interested when I see people that don't touch at all, and so, and I'm saying that from the stance that I did pay a lot of attention to what I wanted love to look like. I didn't always see it. And so that made me think, I was telling Fuller, made me think about, people also, they want their spouses to speak up for them. They want their spouses, when you publicly, like Fuller's birthday, Ryan, who was hosting Fuller's birthday, he said, "Darling, do you have 3 words?" Well, I guess I could have wrote down something, and just the first thing that came up in my mind, was, "Thank you, Ryan, for hosting." But I just, just if you asking me to say something to Fuller or the participants, I just want to say what a great person Fuller is. And what I love most about him is that how he loves me. He's going to defend me. He's demonstrated to me what love looks like in action and in giving. And I'm not talking about monetary things. I'm just talking about how, like right now, how he's paying attention to me, because he could be doing other things. He could have said, as we were preparing for this broadcast, he could have said a number of things, right? To me as we were preparing for this, but he's always paying attention to what I need, what I wear, what I just everything about who I am. I'm important to him, and I know that. And he'll walk past me, and when nobody else is here, oftentimes we hold hands. This is what David used to laugh about with me, because David would say something like, you only hold my hand now when we get to church. And I hadn't even really thought about it, but I guess because we had kids and we had just hauled the kids off at children's ministry, and then we come in church. And so maybe because I wanted what I saw other people supposedly doing that was love, I was trying to do that then and then. He was like, "Well, wait a minute, we're gonna do this. Let's do it all the time." And so Fuller, we could be at home, and Fuller, nobody's here. Fuller's gonna hit me on the behind, or he's gonna rub my back. And he says it, and I have to believe him, but he says when I'm asleep, he's rubbing my arm, he's kissing on my face, he's rubbing on my back, he's rubbing on my leg, he's loving on me. Y'all only have no recollection. All I know is that's what Fuller says. And so, but so today, babe, what you want to say about that? Because I probably talk too much.
No, I'm enjoying the conversation. It's just the way you demonstrate your love toward me. I don't care if you've been gone all day and half of the night. I don't care if you've been gone to work and then go to choir practice or praise practice and stuff. You all gonna come right in and fix something to eat or bring something home. Even though I'll be trying to go out and get something and bring it back for you. You come and fix it. Not only you fix it, you bring me my plate. You prepare it. Is that all right? If you want something, do I need to warm it more? And just pay attention. Give me your undivided attention, and just what I need, you meet every need I have.
Yeah. So, and it's the touching. I think it's really important Tell me then, what is it that men, you said a few things just now, but what is it that you think that men need in a relationship to make them feel needed and wanted?
Before the touching, respect and all. You don't diss him or make him feel less than, or say something to crush his ego, male pride. Honor him, honor him. Never correct him in public. If you got to correct him privately. And then the touching and the feeling, because the touching and feeling don't mean anything if you verbally disrespect him or not honor him. And once you do that, you can get anything from a man for nothing. Make sure that emotionally and spiritually that you meet those needs.
Yeah.
I enjoy when you sing. That this turns me on. I mean, it lights my fire.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. Things like that. I can ask you to go somewhere with me, even though you may not want to go, or you don't feel like going. You will go.
Like today.
Yeah.
I drove 3.5 hours this morning. I left at 5 a.m. For a meeting. And so on my way back, I knew Fuller had a doctor's appointment and to pick up a sleep study thing
in Griffin.
And so I said, you know what? I'm almost home. Do you want me to meet you at your doctor's appointment? And I was hoping, truth be told, he was going to say, no, you just go on home. He's like, yeah, you can meet me there. Hey.
Well, you come through Griffin anyway, right.
So I met him there, and so, but it's things like that. But okay, so
you went out of your way, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah,
Did you inconvenience yourself? Even though you could have came home and rested and stuff, but you came home. I mean, you came and met me there.
Hey, everybody! Too. Thank y'all for joining. Okay, keep going, baby, because I know we got a lot we want to talk about.
So that's it.
Yeah, I said I wasn't going to bring this up because I don't want Fuller to go way too far off to the left. I was just saying that I also love how people, and Fuller has done this with me, how he'll defend me because he knows one, we know each other, the person's character. So Fuller always says Fuller's not going to hurt Fuller because Fuller loves Fuller, and Fuller not going to let anybody else hurt Fuller. And so when I think about, if somebody said anything to me that was out of hand, or my kids try to say something, Fuller immediately come like, no, hold on, partner. That's my wife. You can't talk to that person any kind of, or you can't talk to my wife that way. And I appreciate that because I was saying to him, without going to the other side of the conversation,
go ahead,
I said,
okay, say it. Let's go ahead and say it. Quit beating around the bush.
Right. So I said to Fuller, I appreciate it, even though I don't agree with everything that was that transpired. Jamal Bryant was talking about his wife and the dress that she wore. Everybody, if you're on social media, you've heard about it. I'm not concerned about, the dress and all of that. I gave my opinion on that. Me and Fuller done talked about that. However, what I do appreciate that he did is he publicly, I don't know about doing it at church, but he publicly said, this is my wife. If you don't like it, I bought this. And, I stand, I'm not going to let you talk about her. Yeah, I don't care where it is. You're not going to humiliate her. You're not going to come against her. That's my wife. So when things like that happen and it's a public setting, I don't necessarily mean on the pulpit. I just mean in general. Fuller's that way too, and your spouse ought to be that way. I'm that way. I remember I had this girlfriend who, when I first mentioned that I was getting married, and I must have done a broadcast message on Facebook, and I said who I was married, Fuller and I were taking pictures, we were posting it all on Facebook and all that stuff. So she came back to me, she said, Darlene, I know the kind of man that you like. He David was, bulky and all that stuff, and this guy, he's he don't look like
Pee Wee Herman.
She said that, and she was like, I don't know. You sure? You sure you making the right decision? And I was like, that was
somebody who don't have anybody.
That's true. Right. But that was 25 years ago. People have evolved and changed, and what I used to want or needed then. And what we have seen, sometimes we do this. You marry for the visual. You marry what you see. You marry the fine clothes, or the person that's driving the Mercedes, and the person that's driving or living in the fine house, and or got the nice hair, or have the nice eyelashes. Y'all like my eyelashes, right? So got the nice eyelashes, or the nice Versace, whatever it is.
Body.
You marry all that, got the nice body. Then when you got to take off, obviously, all this is mine, y'all. Yeah. When you got to take off the glasses, got to take the lashes off,
but all
take
that,
the last
but
nail.
That could be real, but all it could be an illusion, because the person is mean. Yeah. The person's not caring. Yeah. The person is not loving. Yeah. So it could be all of that. Yeah. But you look at the heart. You're not you're not marrying a story, a storybook. You're not marrying a picture. You're not marrying camouflage. Yeah. You're marrying a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Yeah. And you think and enjoy them. Yeah. And and Darlene has said what Jamal Bryant said, and I agreed with everything that he said. I just said it's a lot of people hurting, need comfort, need some peace, need encouragement, need motivating, people losing their health care, people losing loved ones. And I just said the pulpit was not a place to defend your wife. If he wanted to defend his wife with his church members, close the doors after church service, after you dismiss, and address that. I said, I thought, Kenneth Fuller opinion, and I love what Jamal Bryant does politically, what he's doing in New Birth. I'm a supporter. If Darlene tell you that, I really admire him for what he does, right? I always talk positive about it. But I think that was the wrong place and the wrong time to talk about some of the person. He's been on Willie Moore Jr. He got his own podcast. I've seen him on 2 or 3 other podcasts as guests. I've seen him host people as hosts. That is a place where you use that platform for. Yeah. But they preach the gospel of Jesus Christ from that pulpit. And sometimes we get too, well, that's my opinion. Yeah. I know. Only my opinion.
And look, I know that there have been other pastors that have defended their spouse for whatever reason, but that's at their church, right? And no social media was involved, right?
And about the dress. Now, about the dress, I give my opinion since you said that. I thought it was inappropriate for her, not as a pastor's wife, as a married woman, as a mature woman. It was too suggestive. You showing too much of what belongs to me. If you're willing to show it, you're willing to share it.
Okay, now we're going.
That's Kenneth Fuller, what he had to say.
We're gonna let that alone.
And I said it. Yeah, I'm a man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have worn it out in public, but this they ain't getting no likes from us on that part. We're not talking about them. Today we were talking about loving. So if you got a spouse, and if Fuller and I were talking about this last night, about if something is going on in your marriage, and sometimes even like I'm listening to some Audible, some books on my computer and on my phone. And one of the things that in this particular book, I'm listening to the person, they're about to get married, but they haven't said I love you yet. This is back in the British time, right? So they haven't said I love you yet. They just plan the marriage and they hope to love each other someday, right? And so, but it was interesting to me because I said, now if I love you, if I care about you and I'm marrying you or I'm married to you or something is bothering me, why can't I verbally say that? Why am I uncomfortable bringing to you a matter that concerns me? And oftentimes we're uncomfortable. We won't talk about it. So we mask it. We don't talk about it. Somebody's mad. The other person don't know they're mad. But what Fuller and I,
or what irritates them, or what they don't like, and this.
So we just bring it out. Yeah. We just talk about it, and it may make the other person feel some kind of way. But it's important that you share what is bothering you, or how you feel about a person. If you're dating somebody and you want to share, this is how I feel. Don't hold back because you're like, oh, it's going to expose me. It's going to make me vulnerable. Sometimes it's time to be vulnerable.
Yeah, but sometimes, a person have false expectations, or a person may not know what they are doing. Yeah. That irritates the other person, or not meeting the other person's needs, or that bothers me, that bothers you. Yeah. And so the best way to get rid of it, because it ain't gonna go away on its own. So the best way to do it is talk about it. Yeah. And when you talk about it, you say, and you have time to think about it and not react defensively. Yeah. You have time to think about it. You say, she's right. She's I think she got a valid point there. Yeah. And you try to, and you make you make the adjustment.
Yeah, you make the adjustment. That's the big part.
And be willing to make the adjustment, because we're going to spend the rest of our life with each other. So so if I take unnecessary baggage and then use all this unnecessary time, you're saying, so that's good. Yeah.
So you guys, we're closing. Yeah. But I got a question for you guys. Have you taken down your Christmas decorations?
Down.
I'm taking them down. I finally took down Christmas decorations. I didn't put up a whole lot. I did have we had a lot of, but I took down. Look, let me tell you a tip for taking down your Christmas tree. Put a bag over it. Get your bag from Amazon, put it over the tree, and roll it into the garage if you got room in your garage or storage area. And so you don't have to take all them ornaments off. And we put our Christmas trees in the garage. I left one Christmas tree up because Fuller said he wanted one of his Christmas trees up because Christmas is his birthday. And so we left one of the trees up, but I took down all the decorations, all the wreaths off the wall and off the doors. I have some hanging up.
And a lot.
Yeah. And so, but look, if you haven't taken down your decorations, tell me when you normally take down your decorations. I did really good this year because they're down. So, and I didn't want it on my mind that I needed to do something over the weekend, and I have other stuff to do. So look, you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Yes. It is a new year, 2026.
Hey, take time and love the person you're with. Get those little kinks out, those little things that irritate you. Get it all out and start the new year off right. It's a good time to start. We make New Year's resolutions that we're going to change and we're going to do this and that. Why not changing the marriage if it's not where you want to be without being critical? Now, there's a certain way to say things, and there's a certain way to say things. So say it in a manner that your person that your spouse would receive. Now, if they just not going to receive it anyway, just write it down. Just write it down and
leave a note on the counter.
Right. And just go home.
Leave a note on the counter.
And so that's what would be my suggestion. And just take time to and I tell Darlene, take time to enjoy the coffee. It smells so good.
Yeah, don't
just take time. Just take a moment to love one another, encourage one another.
And don't wait for February the 14th to demonstrate love.
Wow. I got to get me a gift list.
Yep, sure do. Don't wait till February the 14th and start to play. Quick. And look, can we do something different, baby, besides dinner? Because I think the common thing that most people say is, where do you want to go for dinner? Or I'm going to take you to dinner. Well, we go to dinner all the time. Can we plan something different than just dinner?
Okay. Normally I do the planning for Valentine's. I'll let you plan this year. What about that?
No. How about you go ahead and keep doing it? Okay. Fuller says, and I'm going to just be in agreement with him, that he handles Valentine's. I don't really have to get Fuller anything.
I think it's a man. I think, this old school. I have to think the Valentine's for the wife or for the girlfriend. And so since I got both in the one, I want to do something extra special.
Okay.
But I do Valentine's dinner the day before anyway.
That's true. We can do Valentine's dinner.
To me, when you go out Valentine, it's so crowded. They'll put in extra chairs, bring extra waiters who don't know what they're doing, and the food is slow coming out. Yeah. So we normally go a day before.
But I'm just saying,
in fact, we might do lunch or brunch.
We'll come up with something different. But so we get along the next holiday. We'll be back to this time of year again next year to be 2027. And so enjoy the view.
Yeah. Love you guys. No pun intended.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
See you next Monday on GodFidence. Y'all take care. We love you. See you the next time. Yep. Sorry we didn't call out a whole bunch of names, but you guys know. We love you. Y'all take care.